conferences. We will go ahead and open the floor up for questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Wait till we get the microphone to you. And if you could introduce yourself and the outlet that you're covering for, we would appreciate that as well. So let's go ahead and open it up for questions. Just go front row here.
Brett Friedlander, North State Journal. This is to both of you, but specifically to Kayla. You've been waiting a full year for this. You weren't able to take part in most of last year's tournament. What does it mean to finally get here? And you too, Kai.
Kayla, if you could go first.
The biggest thing is just enjoy the moment. You know, last year I feel like I was looking forward and looking ahead of things I can't control. So right now I'm just trying to enjoy the moment with my teammates and have fun and win. That's the biggest thing.
I would definitely say the same thing. I mean, I'm sure, not only speaking for myself, we're both fifth-year seniors. So it's the last run for real this time. So, yeah, just really enjoy the moment.
Okay, let's go all the way across, and then we'll come back here.
For either one of you guys, you know, this kind of run you've been on the last 3 years, this is the first year that you've gotten to host because 2020, there was no tournament. Last year, you're in Texas. What are you looking forward to about this weekend playing in front of Reynolds?
Kai, could you go first, please?
Yeah, I mean, Wolfpack Nation is amazing. Just having, you know, them standing behind us and giving us that extra oomph when the game gets hot, I say it just means a lot. And we know that they're always here for us. And on top of that, it's a blessing to be able to play in Reynolds Coliseum one more time.
Kayla, would you like to add anything?
For sure. Like I said, we love Wolfpack Nation. I really wanted to tweet out the other day and be like, can y'all please follow us everywhere we go? Because that's the biggest thing. I love them. And, I mean, their support and their energy is crazy. It pushes us for sure.
Okay, let's go up front here. And if you could introduce yourself and your outlet, I would appreciate it.
Jonas Pope, Raleigh News and Observer. For those same reasons you guys mentioned, trying to enjoy the moment, trying to have fun with it, but because you came back for a fifth year and because you've been a number one seed again, how do you keep the pressure off of being a number one seed and trying to make it all the way?
Kayla, could you go first?
For sure. Like I said, just don't look too far ahead. That's the biggest thing. And I feel like Coach Moore has been giving us great pep talks before practice and after the selection show. Just we focusing on our bracket only. We're not looking ahead, and we know what we could do, and we have prepared for this moment.
Kai, anything to add?
Yeah, adding on to that, I would say, you know, each game is pressure for each game, regardless of who you play. And I feel like you have to take on each game with that same mentality, like this is a championship game. And in this case, it's survive and advance. So really just going on what KJ said, just making sure we play every game like it's our toughest and our last.
Any other questions? Let's go back up front.
Either one of you guys, what element does Diamond being in the mix this year improve your chances and your team going into this year?
Kai, could you go first?
Yeah, I mean, Diamond's a great player. I would say she gives us that extra spark. And I mean, along with other players too, but her specifically, you know, she's able to make plays on offense and defense and create for her teammates. So,
Kayla, anything to add?
Basically the same thing. She is that spark, and I feel like not only her, but even Jada Boy, you know, I just feel like we have no let off when it goes to the bench, and that's the biggest thing. That's what's going to get us far in the tournament. We know we have to be selfless. Like, it don't matter who get the shine that night. We want to win, and that's why we have those two or whoever else, even Camille Hobby, coming off the bench and helping us win.
Let's go in the back, middle, and then we'll get Kelly and then Jonas.
Ernie Myers, Learfield, NC State Radio. Just your maturation from when you both came in here, because I know y'all have some history before you came here in AAU. I mean, tell me how you really are feeling with the being number one seed and all these possibilities. I mean, just talk about that for a second.
Kayla, you're up.
Well, honestly, I feel great. You know, like, I called my mama this morning and said, Mom, I just feel good. I'm excited to play. And I don't know, I just feel like the sky's the limit. Like, been praying on it, and I know God has something big in store for us, and that's all I'm hoping for. That's why I'm trying to live in the moment, enjoy it, and not look too far ahead. And so y'all really feel excited. Like I'm really like I don't know, y'all so excited to play. Yeah, we've been practicing 24/7. I'm ready to play.
Kai, is there anything to add?
I mean, she said all of it. But yeah, I just feel good. It's the last dance for both of us,
Yeah.
and like you said, me and KJ have been through a lot from being each other's opponent and her being 7 inches taller than me. I caught up a little bit, but just growing with her and being able to be in this position with her and even the team, like just seeing how we've grown as a team and the history that we've made, the legacy that we've continued to perform at that level. So I'm really excited.
Okay, if you can get the microphone to Kelly, please.
Kelly Gramlich, ESPN. Hello, guys. You were there to see the Longwood game last night, and we were calling that one. Akila Smith is a player. I was really impressed with her. Some of your fans were tweeting at me, how are they going to guard her? What's the plan? So you don't have to give anything away, but what did you see from Longwood, specifically her, and how are you guys taking that into preparation?
Kai, it's your turn.
Yeah, I would say this. The coaches have always done a great job breaking down the scout, watching a whole bunch of film. So I am willing to, whatever situation they put me in order to come out successful against Longwood, I'm willing to put myself in that situation and do the best I can for the team. So with that, again, she's a great player, and I'm just willing to, sacrifice whatever I have in order to be, like KJ said earlier, selfless to have us come out with the win.
Kayla, would you like to add anything?
For sure. I think Longwood was a great game. And yeah, like especially towards the end, it became a great game. And I love their energy. They play like a high tempo, and they really look for Smith, right? That's her name? Yeah. So I feel like Coach Moore's going to prepare us very well, and that's all we can do. Just play hard.
All right, let's get Jonas up here, and then we'll go back to Lindsay.
This actually wasn't my original question, but Kelly got me thinking. How did it feel to sit in Reynolds as a fan and actually watch a game last night, as opposed to playing in the game?
Kayla, it's
I do
your
have a
turn.
follow-up after that.
I don't know. I kind of was sitting there like, I wonder, is this how people look at us? Like that thought really did go through my head. I was just like, wow. But I mean, it was cool. I mean, it was good just to see the environment. I mean, I can't wait till Wolfpack Nation come in though. So.
Anything to add, Kai?
I mean, she hit it on the head, really.
Yeah, another question.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Being the older two players on the team and been in the NCAA tournament several times before, how do you kind of lean on that experience, and what do you kind of share with your teammates who are doing it for the first time about March Madness?
Kai, it's your turn.
I would say, I guess our motto is, like KJ said, enjoy the moment. It'd be selfish of us not to pass on that knowledge and that experience onto the freshmen or any other upcoming people that are playing. So yeah, just being able to be a person that they can lean on if they have questions, or even when I'm done with college, I've always have that door open for them. So.
Yeah.
Kayla?
Yeah, I would say even when it comes to basketball, I feel like the tournament is going to be highs and lows. And it's like, how do you meet that? You know what I'm saying? The hard times. So just letting them know it's okay. Like, they might go on a run, but we could come on another run. Just stand in that moment, continue to put the pressure on them also, and not being too down on ourselves.
Keep pushing through that adversity.
All right, let's get Lindsay, and then we'll do Ernie next.
Lindsay Gibbs with Power Plays. Obviously, since you're talking about it's your last dance, and it looks a little different than the previous dances, it's hard to tell what month it is, but behind you there's a few reminders. You got the official March Madness logos, and some changes to quality. Just wonder, what does that mean for you, and do you think about like the legacy you're leaving for women's basketball as a whole?
Kayla?
Can you please repeat your question, please? I'm sorry, it's long.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It was long.
I'm so sorry. I lost focus.
It was long. I'll take my mask off here. I just wanted to ask about the changes from last year to this
from
year.
the bubble?
From the bubble, and also getting to use the March Madness logo, and the fact that your last dance is kind of part of this year of change for women's basketball.
Ooh, well, I can't say I'm happy not to be in the bubble. That was that sucked. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, just enjoy the moment. Happy to be in March Madness. Not every team is able to be here, so we're just thankful. I can say that.
Okay, Ernie?
Kayla Jones, you were last year, you didn't get to play because of injuries or what have you. How are you feeling going into this tournament?
Whew, excited. I'm excited. Yes, I feel great. I feel like Felipe and Brittany, our trainers, have done a great job with me, and not even just me, even my other teammates. But I don't know. I feel healthy, and I feel like Coach Moore has done a good job managing me in practice and in games by giving Jada Boyd chances to play too. And I feel like it's always working out for like my good. At first, I was like, why can't I play? You know, but then it's like it's something bigger ahead. So I mean, it's worth it.
Okay, Jonas.
So I've asked you both about each other individually, so I'm going to ask you both about each other. We're all sitting right here side by side.
Oh my goodness. What? I'm so shocked.
Kai, how have you seen Kayla grow as a vocal leader? 'Cause you both are the leaders of the team, vocal leader since your freshman year, and Kayla, the same question for Kai.
Oh, don't cry, okay? I would say just seeing her grow as a woman, like, whew, it's hot.
You a baby.
I'm a baby. Yeah, I would just say seeing her grow as a woman. She means everything to me, so she's a little big head.
She crying. She's so sweet. Jonas, why you do this?
Yeah, I see your eyes watering
I'm
too.
gonna stop.
So start.
My turn.
Yes, go ahead, Kayla.
Okay. I'm super proud of Kai. I mean, I feel like last year was the moment I said Kai is so mature. When it went from in the ACC tournament when before it, she didn't get nothing, and then she really bought into being our defensive player. You know what I mean? She bought into her role, and I mean that's all about our team these past couple of years. We've been selfless, and we finding our roles as a team, and that's why I feel like we are so successful. We all know our role, and we all do it to make sure we win. So I'm proud of her, man.
Jonas, why you do that?
I know my voice crackling on here.
Let's go to Kelly. That's
You
why
guys
you
are
get
great.
something to drink.
You guys are Hey, I might have choked.
Okay, don't cry on this one.
Okay.
I want to ask you about another one of your teammates. And Kayla, we talked about this a little bit at the ACC tournament, but Elisa Cunane, her last four, I called the Virginia Tech game, and I felt like there was just, I don't know, I mean, laser focus
Right.
from her. Maybe it wasn't winning player of the year, whatever that is, but the last four games, it's been kind of a beast mode situation. What have you guys seen over the last couple weeks with Elisa?
I feel like she knows this is it too. And we know that this is our last run. And she's giving her all. I mean, she always does, but you could tell the aggressiveness, like, it's really ridiculous. Like, that Virginia Tech game, it took us over the edge. And I told her, I want to see that every game. Even she could tell me, like, we talk to each other on the court, like, hey, you need to do this, da-da-da, this. But we hold each other accountable. And like I said, that's what's going to take us far.
Kai, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I mean, they call her Big Smile, but when she turns on that, aggressive mode, I'm just like, yeah, there she is.
And she started talking her talk.
Yeah, there she is.
Any other questions? Okay, let's go across here.
Kayla, I think you talked about this when you all won the ACC regular season title, about how you had set these kind of big goals for yourself at the beginning of the season. What's it feel? I mean, you guys are kind of right where you expected to be. You won the ACC tournament, the regular season, and you're a number one seed. What's it kind of like to just realize all that? I know you still have some goals ahead, but
Right.
so far you've checked every box.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'm thankful for what we have done. I thank God for that because we wouldn't have done it without him. And then I just feel like we're not done. And that's how we have that mindset. We're not done. We got to continue to work hard. No team is going to take us lightly. And we have to, like I told them on ESPN, we have to throw the first punch every game. We can't, in this type of time, you can't come from behind. It's hard. So it's better just to go ahead and throw the first punch and be aggressive early.
Okay, we've got time for one more question if anyone has one. No? All right, ladies, thank you very, very much, and good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Could you grab Coach Moore's? Coach Moore portion of the press conference. Coach, if you could give us an opening statement, please.
Well, obviously, we're excited. This is what you prepare and work for all year long from way back in the summer to now. And I think with us having so many veteran players, they've kind of been biding their time till we could get this started. So it's great to be at this point. I'm proud of what this team has accomplished all during the season. To have the number 2 net in the country, we played a great non-conference schedule, and then to navigate through the very tough ACC, winning the regular season and the tournament, is just a great accomplishment, and couldn't be prouder of them. We know, obviously we had an opportunity to see Longwood last night, and they've got some great players. We knew that from watching film on them. Kayla Smith put up 32 points, 13 boards, 8 of them offensive. That right there is a matchup challenge for us. She's so athletic. And then also Kayla McMacken, scored 18 points, hit 4 out of 5 threes, and has good size and length. So you start there, and then they got a lot of people around them that can play as well. So we know we're gonna be challenged, and we've been off for almost 2 weeks, and so hopefully we can knock the rust off pretty quickly and get going. I mean, off from games, not completely off.
All right, before we open it up for questions, I need to remind you, you're not allowed to video in here. You can take still shots, but not videos. Let's just start with this one on the corner here.
Yeah, Mitch Northam, Associated Press. Wes, how is Elisa's ankle, and how did y'all kind of handle her recovery in that?
Yeah, we've always given them a good little break. That's the advantage I think women's basketball has. For most of us, I know there are a few conference tournaments, maybe the weekend prior, but for most of us, it's 2 weeks before the NCAAs. So that's really good to get some people healed up a little bit and recover. We took off 3 days right after the championship game, came back, practiced a couple of days, and then I gave them the weekend off as well. So she really didn't do a whole lot until Monday. I mean, she was doing things with our trainer, recovery, and things like that, but really didn't get out on the court a lot until Monday. And I think she's moving pretty well, and think she'll be good to go.
Okay, let's go front to Jonas.
Coach, your team throughout the years always loose. It's like one of the loosest bunches we've been around. Even Kayla and Kyle pretty loose just now. Have you seen that continue heading into March Madness, or had the intensity on their faces in practice kind of picked up a little bit?
Yeah, I think I think really you want to have the same demeanor and same outlook you've had all year. I mean, again, you go 20-1 against ACC opponents. You don't want to start switching things up now. So I think they're in a good place, and excited about it. Like I said, we gave them some time off, and I was going to take Wednesday off anyway, but they wanted to know if we could get practice in the morning or something, so they get their hair done and get all prepped up and ready. And so when I told them we were taking Wednesday off, they gave me a big hug and stuff. So don't tell them any different, but we feel like we're in a good place. It's got to be fun. I mean, you got it this time of year. It's been a grind. You've been going a long time, so you got to make it where they're enjoying it. And it's great to be at home. I think that helps give you a little momentum going and all that. But we know we're going to have to play well and all weekend long. So, but hopefully we just keep doing what we've been doing.
Front row here.
Hey, Coach, you guys have done a lot of growing this year, but it seems like the biggest growth has been on the defensive side. So can you kind of talk a little bit about what you've seen as far as growth on defense?
I think we have improved. I think we still got room to improve. This time of year, people are, the people know you. I mean, by this time of the year, you can put a pretty good scout on people and have an idea of who does what well. And that's always challenging. You're playing against great teams this time of year as well. So sometimes it is a little struggle to score offensively, and that's why playing defense and rebounding are so critical, because the scores may be a little lower. And you got to make sure that you're, not putting so much pressure on your offense. We got to score every time. So I do think this time of year you got to have a lot of energy, you got to have a lot of urgency, buy into the scout, and go out and execute it. And but I think we've gotten better, and hopefully we'll continue to get better.
Up front to Brett here. We'll get you next, Ernie.
Wes, you've got all 5 starters back, but you've added Diamond and some other pieces. Camille is vastly improved. How much more equipped is this team to make this run, considering all the things that could possibly happen than last year's team?
Yeah, I've tried to tell them the last few weeks, we got 3 things going for us that makes us special. First of all, you got to have talent. We got some nice talent. I think experience is big, and we've got that covered with 3 players that are in their 5th year, and then Elisa, Jakia, a lot of kids, Jada Boyd, Camille, they've been here. So I think that experience is big, and then depth. And when you can bring Diamond Johnson, Jada Boyd, Camille Hobby, you bring those people in, you don't hopefully it's not even just status quo. Hopefully it ratchets things up another level. And, last year, well documented, Kayla Jones, we weren't really prepared to lose her like we did. And it would have been hard no matter who we had, because KJ's such a special player. But we really, we had Jada Boyd, and then we had a bunch of freshmen that just weren't quite ready for that. And so this year, if we get in foul trouble or something like that, I think, or if somebody's just having an off day, I think we are better equipped to handle that and hopefully be able to survive it.
Let's get Ernie in the back, and then we'll go up to Mitch.
Hey, Coach. With all the noise around the tournament and where you guys are, how do you keep them focused on the next game and not think about the next game or what's going to happen somewhere else?
I try.
And keep them
sometimes
focused.
the coach needs to be reminded of that. Okay.
Yes.
So I got an idea from a good friend who's had been very successful. So we had my neighbor Ron. I had him make. He's really good woodwork. So the players don't even know this yet. So don't say anything for another hour or two. Had him make a real beautiful step, and NC State verse, and we can change the name hopefully, but we're gonna make them step on that step. They go in the locker room, they get on the bus, whatever, to remind them one step at a time. And that's all we can worry about. Like I said, I've tried to convince them too. Don't look at the bracket. We don't have to beat. There's 68 teams in that bracket. All we got to do is beat 4 of them to get to the Final Four. So don't worry about 68 teams. Worry about the next game and one step. And maybe a little cheesy, but just a little reminder every time they enter a room or get on the bus or whatever. One step at a time.
Go to Mitch on the corner.
Yeah, Coach, you guys have had a number of WNBA scouts at your games this year. Let's say in a couple weeks, one of them calls you and says, "Tell me about Kayla Jones." What are you selling them on?
Yeah, I just think I've said it for the last few years, last couple of years for sure, she's kind of a glue player. She makes everybody around her better. She brings energy. She's been injured, and her, the patella tendon tear, we're just now a year out, and usually something like that takes about a year. So I think she's going to continue to get better, but she just fills up a stat sheet. I mean, she'll go get you a double-double with scoring, rebounding. She might have, we have games where she has 6 assists, 0 turnovers. She makes good decisions. She's kind of a hybrid player, so she can guard somebody on the perimeter. She can go inside and guard someone. So I just think that's the biggest thing. She brings a lot to the table, and a lot of things that if you don't watch film or whatever, you might not notice. But like I said, I've called her our glue a lot of times. So that's what she does for your team.
Let's go to Kelly.
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
We talked a good bit before the Virginia Tech game, just talking about Elisa. I feel like since the Virginia Tech game, she's been in what I'm calling a beast mode from that game and then the ACC tournament. Did you guys have any discussions? I feel like she's been a little more aggressive from the jump. What have you seen from her in the last 4?
Yeah, I just think Elisa's been great, and she just loves to compete, and she does so much for us. And but I don't know. I mean, again, I think they all realize that hey, here we go, and so I think that's good. But yeah, Elisa probably maybe being a little more aggressive. Try to remind her you don't have to be a point guard. I mean, if you're doubled, kick it out, but otherwise you're scoring. So I just think, she's really one-on-one. She's really hard to stop. And so we got to play through her. We got a lot of players around her that are great, but when we get her touches, it opens things up for everybody else.
Any other questions for Coach? Going once, twice? All right, Coach, thank you very, very much,
Thank
and good
y'all.
luck tomorrow night.
Thank you very much. Tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow afternoon. Sorry.